I'm Z Wade and welcome to this episode of Legends of Nikon, a series where we take a stroll down memory lane to remember incredible lenses of f-mounts past and pay our respects. Today we give a salute to one of the best rendering versatile lenses of all time, and that's the AF Micro Nikkor 60mm f2.8D. So somewhere in the early 90s, like 92 or 93-ish, Nikon dropped this particular version, a lens that literally does almost anything and rocks at it. This is an FX lens, but it's awesome in DX and FX. This lens is a macro lens, so of course it macros, but also 60mm is close enough to a nifty 50 to still be nifty, but not quite 50. It's super versatile. You can do macros, some portraits, walk around, blah blah blah, whatever you want, except like sports and wildlife, of course. It's just under 3 inches in diameter and length, 2.8 by 2.9-ish, so it's pretty transportable, I'd say, which is great. But how does it render? Well, it's constructed of 8 elements in 7 groups, which at the time, low element count was important for good optical qualities, as I define them anyway. So by my definition, it has great color, great intertonal detail, and so you are going to love it in black and white and color. Oh, and it's sharp. So its images look really, really great. That's why Nikon made this lens for like ever, and eventually tried to replace it with the G version, which I didn't like as much, but it's a perfectly fine lens, I suppose. Anywho, you can get this 60mm f2.8, the D version, today for like almost no money. In the link in the description, they have some ranging from 140 to 170 bucks. That's dirt cheap for a really good rendering lens. Nikon originally had a Z-mount version of this lens on the Z lens roadmap, and I was super excited because I was a big fan of this lens. Instead, we got the Nikkor Z MC 50mm f2.8, which is as useful, I suppose, as the 60mm D, but it just didn't resonate with me like the 60mm did. I like the 60mm more. But the Z-mount 50mm macro is a fine enough lens. Let's go over to Flickr and see what other people are getting with this lens. All right, we're over here at Flickr with the 60mm f2.8D. Good saturation. Excellent color, excellent sharpness. You see just how like pretty this lens is? The color, the detail, the contrast. I love this. I mean, this is done with extension tubes, obviously, but look at the incredible amount of detail. That's funny. Here we got a portrait. Excellent detail. The skin tones are awesome. Now there's a black and white. Just look how good it looks. Just stands off the page. Yes, this is sharp. Yes, this does have good skin tones, but this is just a really cool picture. The tones are so good. Oh yeah, I shoot this kind of abstract stuff all the time. Looks awesome. God, this lens was good in black and white. Yeah, here's an artistic portrait. Black and white and portrait. God, it looks good. Guys, I encourage you to go over to Flickr and just see what people are doing with the Nikon 60mm f2.8D, because this lens was hitting way above its price tag and way above its era. Man, this was a fantastic lens. I don't know that too many people knew how great this lens was. It really never was that expensive, even before the end of f-mount. And now, of course, this lens won't even touch the Nikkor Z MC105 f2.8 VRS, so I don't know if adapting and manual focusing is actually worth it. Maybe it is. But for sure, if you haven't shot it and you're still in DSLRs, I think you'll love it. You'll love it even more if you have a camera that will actually focus screw drive lenses. So that's like the 7000 series, 600, 700, 800, and of course the single digit bodies. So let's give a tip of the hypothetical hat to the AF Micro Nikkor 60mm f2.8D. I'm Z Wade, the Z Wade, and Z Wade Photo. Stay legendary.